The year is 1888. London is shrouded in a perpetual fog, a chilling blanket under which secrets fester. In a dimly lit laboratory, illuminated by flickering gaslight, Dr. Victor Kray stands hunched over a contraption of brass and copper pipes. His eyes, magnified by thick spectacles, reflect a manic gleam. He is consumed by a singular, terrifying obsession, the preservation of life itself. Dr. Kray's laboratory is an unholy marriage of scientific brilliance and macabre curiosity. Jars filled with preserved organs line the shelves, each specimen meticulously labeled. Diagrams of anatomical dissections adorn the walls, testament to his insatiable desire to understand the intricacies of life and death. But it is the large, ice-encrusted chamber in the center of the room that truly embodies the chilling nature of Kray's work. The metallic chamber, humming softly, is a testament to Kray's genius and the harbinger of his downfall. The air around it is unusually cold, a consequence of the revolutionary cooling mechanism he has designed. It is within this chamber that Dr. Kray attempts to conquer the ultimate enemy, death itself. His ambition knows no bounds, his conscience no restraint. Victor Kray was not born into privilege. He entered this world in a squalid tenement in the heart of London's industrial district. His childhood was defined by poverty, his playground the cobbled streets teeming with urchins and stray dogs. Yet, even as a child, Victor possessed an unquenchable thirst for knowledge. He devoured every book he could scavenge, finding solace in the world of science and its promise of understanding the universe. His brilliance did not go unnoticed. A wealthy benefactor, impressed by Victor's intellect, sponsored his education. He excelled at his studies, his mind absorbing knowledge like a sponge. He graduated with top honors, his reputation as a prodigy preceding him. He quickly secured a prestigious position at the Royal Society, his star burning bright in the scientific community. However, tragedy struck when Victor was still young. His beloved wife, Elizabeth, succumbed to a virulent strain of influenza, leaving him utterly devastated. Her death became the defining moment of his life, a cruel twist of fate that would set him on a path of obsession and darkness. In Elizabeth's passing, Victor saw not just the loss of love but the ultimate failure of science to combat the cruel hand of fate. It was then that his fascination with life and death transformed into a burning obsession, a desperate attempt to cheat the very forces that had taken his beloved. Grief can be a powerful motivator but also a dangerous one. It can either break a person or forge them anew, hardening their resolve. For Victor, the loss of Elizabeth was a crucible from which he emerged transformed. His initial grief soon gave way to a steely determination. He would not allow death to hold such dominion over humanity. He would find a way to defeat it, to preserve life indefinitely. This obsession took root in Victor's scientific endeavors. He immersed himself in his work, relentlessly pursuing any avenue that might lead to the preservation of life. His colleagues, initially supportive, began to distance themselves. Victor's research became increasingly unorthodox, his methods bordering on the macabre. He experimented with cryogenics, convinced that extreme cold held the key to suspending life indefinitely. His colleagues, unable to reconcile their friend with the increasingly erratic scientist he had become, began to whisper. Rumors spread through the hallowed halls of the Royal Society about Victor's unorthodox experiments. They spoke of strange noises emanating from his laboratory late at night, of the smell of formaldehyde and decay. Victor, however, remained oblivious to these whispers, consumed by his singular pursuit. He was on the verge of a breakthrough, a discovery that would change the world forever. After years of tireless research, countless failed experiments, and a growing estrangement from his peers, Victor finally achieved his goal. He successfully developed a working prototype of his revolutionary invention, the first functional freezer, its intricate network of pipes and coils capable of generating and maintaining temperatures far below freezing. His initial tests, conducted on perishable foodstuffs, yielded astonishing results. Fruits and vegetables, once destined to rot within days, remained fresh for weeks within the icy embrace of his invention. The implications were staggering. Victor's invention had the potential to revolutionize food preservation, alleviate famine, and transform entire industries. But within Victor's grief-stricken mind, his invention held a far more profound and sinister potential. He saw it not just as a means of preserving food, but as a way to cheat death itself. The scientific community, initially skeptical, was stunned into silence. Victor's invention was a marvel of engineering, a testament to his genius. He was lauded as a visionary, a pioneer who had unlocked the secrets of cold. Awards and accolades poured in, his peers eager to celebrate his accomplishment. But for Victor, these accolades rang hollow. He had not forgotten the promise he made to himself, the burning desire to conquer death itself, and it was a promise he intended to keep, no matter the cost. As Victor delved deeper into his research, his focus shifted from the mundane preservation of food to a far more macabre ambition, the preservation of human life. The success of his freezer, its ability to arrest decay, fueled his belief that it could also suspend life itself, preserving it indefinitely within its icy embrace. His once sterile laboratory transformed into a macabre theater of experimentation. The air, once filled with the scent of progress, now carried the metallic tang of blood and the cloying aroma of formaldehyde. Victor's nocturnal activities became increasingly secretive, the metallic clang of surgical instruments and the muffled cries of his test subjects swallowed by the thick laboratory walls. Rumors of Victor's experiments began to circulate amongst London's underbelly, whispered in hushed tones in the city's darkest corners. Stories spread of disappearances, of homeless souls vanishing from the streets, never to be seen again. Some dismissed these tales as mere superstition, the ramblings of drunks and vagrants, but others, those who paid attention, noticed the chilling pattern. The missing were always those deemed expendable, the forgotten souls who lived on the fringes of society. Section 6. The Price of Immortality. Driven by his obsession, Victor began abducting people from the city's underbelly. The homeless, the destitute, the forgotten souls deemed insignificant by society, they became his test subjects, unwilling participants in his twisted pursuit of immortality. He rationalized his actions, convincing himself that he was doing them a service, offering them a chance at a life beyond their current squalor. The reality, however, was far more sinister. Victor's experiments were brutal, his methods crude. He subjected his victims to unimaginable horrors, their bodies racked with pain as he desperately sought the key to cryogenic preservation. He recorded his observations meticulously in his journals, his elegant handwriting a stark contrast to the depravity it described. Each failed experiment, each life extinguished, only served to strengthen his resolve. He would not be deterred, not when he was so close to achieving his goal. The freezer, once a symbol of hope and scientific advancement, was now a chilling testament to Victor's madness. Within its icy depths lay the frozen remains of his victims, their bodies contorted in postures of agony, their eyes staring vacantly into eternity. The chamber, humming incessantly, seemed to pulsate with an unholy energy, a macabre symphony of scientific brilliance and unfathomable cruelty. Section 7. The Reckoning. Unbeknownst to Victor, his gruesome activities had not gone unnoticed. Emily Carter, a young journalist with a tenacious spirit and a thirst for justice, had been investigating the disappearances plaguing London's underbelly. Her inquiries led her to the doorstep of Victor's laboratory, drawn by the whispers and the chilling rumors that clung to the building like a shroud. Emily, suspecting foul play, infiltrated Victor's laboratory one fateful night, armed with nothing but her wit and a flickering lantern. What she discovered within those walls horrified her. The laboratory was a scene ripped straight from a nightmare, the air thick with the stench of decay and the metallic tang of blood. Emily's lantern illuminated the gruesome truth, Victor's journals, filled with his chilling observations, and the freezer, its icy depths holding the contorted remains of his victims. As Emily recoiled in horror, Victor appeared, his face a mask of cold fury. A struggle ensued, Emily's screams swallowed by the thick laboratory walls. In the chaos, a stray spark from Emily's lantern ignited a pool of flammable chemicals, setting the laboratory ablaze. The fire spread rapidly, fueled by Victor's volatile experiments, engulfing the laboratory in a raging inferno. Section 8. Echoes of the Past. The fire that consumed Victor's laboratory that night became a spectacle of horror and awe. The London sky blazed with an eerie orange glow, casting long, dancing shadows across the cobblestone streets. Firefighters struggled to contain the inferno, their efforts hampered by the intense heat and the constant explosions emanating from within the building. By the time the flames were finally extinguished, the laboratory was reduced to a smoldering ruin, its secrets buried beneath charred timber and twisted metal. Victor Kray was never seen again. Some whispered that he had perished in the fire, consumed by his own hubris. Others believed he had escaped, disappearing into the labyrinthine streets of London, forever haunted by the consequences of his actions. The true fate of Dr. Victor Kray remains a mystery to this day, a chilling reminder of the thin veil that separates scientific brilliance from utter madness. Emily Carter, hailed as a hero for exposing Victor's atrocities, dedicated her life to ensuring such horrors would never be repeated. She became a vocal advocate for ethical boundaries in scientific research, her voice a constant reminder of the price of unchecked ambition. The ruins of Victor's laboratory stood as a chilling monument to the dangers of unchecked scientific ambition, a stark warning etched in ashes and soot. Section 9. The Chilling Future. The legacy of Dr. Victor Kray is a complex and unsettling one. His invention, the freezer, revolutionized food preservation and continues to shape our world today. Yet, his story serves as a chilling reminder of the potential for scientific progress to be twisted, for ambition to be corrupted by grief and obsession. The chilling tale of Dr. Victor Kray forces us to confront uncomfortable truths about the nature of progress and the ethical boundaries we must establish to prevent our own ingenuity from becoming our undoing. In the relentless march of scientific advancement, we must never forget the lessons of the past. The pursuit of knowledge, while noble, must always be tempered by ethics, compassion, and a deep respect for human life. For in the chilling words of Dr. Victor Kray, whispered in the final moments before the fire consumed his life's work, death may be the ultimate enemy, but it is not one we can defeat without first confronting our own humanity.